We're going to be talking about what just occurred in this last game, and it's going to be a different video from my personal channel. We're going to be talking about the quarterback position and what it means. Let's go. All right, folks, so we just got done with the first preseason game here, and if you really want to break down to the whole game, who did good, who did bad, you just go to my personal channel. I'm not going to do a video twice of the same thing. So we're going to do something a little different here and talking about the quarterback position, the most important position on an NFL team. We know we're good with Jared Goff, right? We know what he brings to the table. We've been looking for that QB2. And after what, I don't care about, I've been talking about training camp and how you can be really good in training camp or in practice and doesn't mean anything until you do it on the field. We've been hearing all training camp, OTAs, and minicamp that Nate Sudfeld is looking great. Nate Sudfeld is competing for that number 2 spot. Nate Sudfeld is looking pretty good for, that's what we heard in training camp. In training camp. Then the game took place and the lights came on. That was one of the worst performances I've seen a quarterback do in a long time. And that says a lot because Tim Boyle, we had him, and I gave this man garbage because he was not good, right? He made a lot of mistakes. I could tell you this. If you were to tell me right now, Tim Boyle or Nate Sudfeld, I will take Tim Boyle 10 out of 10 times. He at least can throw the football with the velocity, even though it's inaccurate. Sudfeld, just this performance out there was dreadful. Dreadful. It was bad. And we were talking about, this is what he had here. 13 for 24, 96 yards, an average of 4, 1 interception, sacked 4 times, lost 22 yards, a quarterback rate of 46.5. Hendon Hooker had 2 or 3 drives. The rest was Sudfeld from beginning, basically, a couple drives with Hooker until he went out, until the end. If the belief is Hendon Hooker's not ready, if that's what the Lions organization believes, if that he is not ready, there is no way on earth you could have Sudfeld as your QB2, period. This guy was garbage. And I don't like to talk bad like this, these type of words about a player, especially for a Lions player, but that's all you could say. That was a terrible performance. When he was out there offensively, it was dead. No one was doing anything. You can tell the players, it just was dead, awful, and done. He brings no confidence for me to be a QB2 at all. Let's get to Hendon Hooker. It was the opposite. The moment Hendon Hooker got into the pocket, the line was moving. You can see he's versatile, strong, and big. He was 5 for 9, 36 yards, an average of 4. With that said, that was his passing. 4 for 34 yards, rushing, 8.5 average, a long of 16. And he was physical, knocking the linebacker down like Stafford did back in 2014. The players around him were motivated. The offense was moving. Everything seemed smoother. And when I watched Hendon Hooker, he was patient in the pocket. He didn't look frightened. He looked excited. He was very calm. It didn't look too big for him at all. His throws were on target. A nice football thrown. He showed strength in one pass. Not too many passes he had. It was night and day between him and Hooker. Now, him and Sudfeld. With that said, he did go out with an injury due to a concussion. And now, look, it's concussion protocol. We don't even know if he actually has one. That's all I just heard is he went out due to that. All right, so they're going to go in the protocol. They'll see. When he was walking, he looked fine. And in all honesty, I was live in the game, and I said I don't even want to see Hendon Hooker out there at that point because he already won the battle, in my opinion, for QB2. Well, at least he's ahead of Nate Sudfeld. The Lions got to make a decision here because if they truly don't believe Hendon Hooker's ready, and look, they're around the organization or they're on the players much more than I am. They're integral. They know the strengths and weaknesses. They need to consider looking for a Ryan Tannehill in free agency or maybe to somehow getting a quarterback in a trade, maybe a late-round draft pick or something like that, if they really, truly believe that Hendon Hooker's not ready. There is no way on earth you want to have Sudfeld as your QB2. No way. I don't even see the point of having him on the roster. I don't even want him on the practice squad. That was a terrible performance. His throws were bad. It was bad. And we're talking, he was throwing passes, folks, 5 yards away from a receiver for a 10-yard pass. I don't even know how that's possible. I truly don't. That is garbage. You're an NFL quarterback, and you can't be accurate within 10 yards of a pass. And he's taking a lot of reps in training camp, so there is, you have some sort of familiarity with some of these receivers, unlike Hendon Hooker, who was much better. His footballs were on target. The balls were strong, throwing spirals, not goofy passes. There is a problem with what the Lions got right now. They have to make a decision and quick. I don't think there's even a point to have Sudfeld on this roster by tomorrow. Why not bring another quarterback in here? I don't even care if it's an undrafted guy. Anybody at this point is better. Get that person some QB3 reps, throw Hendon Hooker as number 2. If you think Hendon Hooker's not ready, you can get a free agent, Ryan Tannehill. You can get anybody. I'll take a Joe Flacco. I'll take anybody, right? Because it was such a bad performance. And if you think about this, after seeing the Sudfeld performance that we just saw, first off, I've watched this guy now for 2.5 years. He has never impressed me in a preseason game, and this was the worst performance he had. So he's been in the system for a while. If Jared Goff were to go down and they keep Sudfeld as QB2, we're in a world of hurt, folks. There is no way that you're going to win a game. I'll take David Blau over Sudfeld. This guy was bad with the capital B, A, and D. The Lions got a real decision to make. Let me know in the comment section, should the Lions sign another quarterback to back up Jared Goff, or just, to release Sudfeld and bring in an undrafted guy if you're comfortable with Hendon. I was impressed with Hendon Hooker. I like what I saw. He's clearly above Sudfeld. I'll take him QB2 right now. Not even close. Not even close on this one. I'll take Jake Bates as a quarterback right now. I'll take Taylor Decker as a quarterback right now. I'll take Rory as a quarterback right now. That's how bad it was, and I'm not trying to be hyperbolic. If you watch the game, the accuracy was trash. He was fidgety in the pocket. He does not understand presence of people. He was holding onto the ball, just standing there like a statue, way too long. Everybody in the chat that I was with said, throw the ball. And I'm just like, what are you doing? It got to the point it was so comical, I'm laughing at this point because he just takes sack after sack. He held onto the ball like he was a high school quarterback that's never seen a defense before. It was a pitiful performance. And I don't want to trash on a Lions player like this. I really don't. But you have to keep it 100. That was awful. Awful. Hooker, much better. Much better. Night and day better. I've seen some fans in the comment section, the Bears fans, saying the same old Lions because we lost 3-14, folks. If you take that into consideration, the fact that this is preseason with second, third, and fourth strings, when Sudfeld's your quarterback, I'm surprised. Well, the only reason we got the 3 with the field goal was Jake Bates off a turnover from the defense, and Jake Bates kicking the field goal. It had nothing to do with the Sudfelds. It was bad, folks. It was bad. I'll take, and a quarterback who I really don't like, and that's Drew Lock. That's who was their backup quarterback. And I'm shocked. Tommy DeVito should be backup quarterback, not Drew Lock. Drew Lock was terrible, too. I would take him over Sudfeld. I'll take Blau right now. Please sign Blau. I'll take Blau all day over Sudfeld. At least he's got some wheels. At At least he can complete a catch or a pass. At least he can complete a pass. It was bad. Overall, though, folks, if you're worried because we lost 3-14 in a preseason game, do not pay it. First off, they could have scored more points, and I'm glad they didn't. There's no reason to go kick a field goal at the 5-yard line. See what you can get. This is preseason. Score doesn't matter. You want to see situational football. You want to evaluate the talent. That's all preseason is about. Right? That's it. And I can take the takeaway from this is I don't want to see Sudfeld anymore. Literally, people were leaving the chat as soon as Sudfeld came in. My chat went from 1,500 to 1,100 in about 5 minutes because everybody is saying the same thing. We have had enough of the Sudfeld. Yikes. Yikes. I need to hear from all of the beat writers what has been going on in training camp to even suggest. Because if this is the type of performance that he did at practice, in practice, you can't hit a quarterback, right? And you could just stand there. And of course, if you just stand there and you're not getting hit, of course you're going to look good. This dude, pressure, stood there, freaked out, sack, ran backwards. He was a deer in headlights, and we cannot have that for this team this year. This is a team that can go to the Super Bowl. Need to have a capable backup. Sudfeld's not that. Hendon Hooker is good. We just don't know the injury, right? And yikes, that was rough. And I love watching good football, but that was hard to watch when he was under center. As soon as Hooker went in, everybody started getting happy. Then it came back down. So let me know your thoughts in the comments about the backup quarterback position. Who do you think is QB2? Who do you think is QB3? Should the Lions bring another quarterback in? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below.